Hello YouTube. It has been well over a year since the last time that I uploaded on here, and after looking through my channel, I am so sorry to anyone who subscribed to me back in the day. So today's video, I wanted to kind of make a little bit of a comeback because I wanted to give my opinion on a few things. This video is completely different from anything I've done here on my channel before. I'm sure you've seen all of the anti MLM videos, posts, everything like that. The reason why I wanted to come on here and talk about it is because I am an ex-hun bot, as you would like to call it. It wasn't as annoying as some of these people that contact me, but I kind of wanted to talk about the anti MLM and the community and the industry and all of that kind of stuff because I kind of have, some insight and some information that some people who just do some research, although I will say that some of these people on here, you guys have done the most amazing research and I'm just shocked. But, that's the beauty of the internet. Now, I wanted to structure this video a little bit, so I do have notes, so if you see me kind of looking over or picking up a piece of paper, that's basically what I'm doing. So I wanted to start out with my background in MLMs, kind of how I was suckered into them and all that kind of stuff. So I did Mary Kay and I also did Beachbody. So first of all, let's start off this way. If you don't know what an MLM is, it stands for multi-level marketing, aka, in my opinion, a legal pyramid scheme. So you might ask yourself, okay, well, if it's a pyramid scheme, how is it a legal pyramid scheme? The reason why is because you don't make your money solely off of recruiting people. You make money off of a product as well. However, if you've done your research or if you've been in an MLM before, you know that you do get more money from recruiting people because the products are mostly garbage, okay? Let's just throw that one out there. And as much as these hun bots want to say that it's not, it is. Also, I'm really sorry about the quality of this video. I don't have, a fancy YouTube camera and I don't have a fancy microphone, and I'm actually at work and it's my family business, but I'm at work and we're right next to a really busy highway. So I do apologize for any background noise. I will try to do better on my next video if I decide to upload another video. So anyway, we all know that you actually make more money from recruiting people. However, the problem with that, and this is a problem that I ran into with Beachbody, is the market eventually gets extremely saturated, and unfortunately you will be scouting out people who are in your same hometown. Now that can get a little catty and it can get a little petty, and I'm one of those people where I don't want any problems. I just want to back up. If that's a person that you've been talking to, I'll let you know that I've been talking to them as well, but if you want to take that person on as a client or a customer, whatever you want to call it, whatever. Which is probably why one of the reasons why I failed in an MLM. It was that, and also because I ended up completely hating the business practice of an MLM. They take advantage, let's just be honest. They take advantage of people like myself who are in a hole and they want to feel empowered, which is something I'll go over because there is a specific type of person that's in an MLM. But anyway, most of this video is going to focus on my experience with Beachbody because with Mary Kay, there's really not much I can say. It was so long ago. It was 2013 or 2014 that I was in Mary Kay. I wasn't on for that long, and the amount of time that I was on, I only had 3 customers. One of my friends, who I've known since elementary school, and I honestly think that she just felt bad for me because she's been part of MLMs before and she understands the hard work that goes on behind the scenes and the amount of money that you do not receive for your hard work. Then my next customer was my mother, okay? Then my third customer was myself. So basically, the way that I got into Mary Kay was my upline, which you'll hear this word a lot. Basically, upline means the people that are above you in the pyramid, okay? So my upline was at Panera while I was with my coworkers. We were there during lunchtime, and so she came up to our table and she said that she's offering free facials, that sort of thing. And so I thought, free facial? I have massive amounts of credit card debt. I would love to have a free facial because I can't buy one. I can't purchase one. I can't pay for that kind of luxury or that service. So I went and I met with her for this free facial. Nothing against her. She is a sweetheart, and I understand that this is just a cutthroat business. You're going to be seeing me do a lot of the air quotes. But anyway, so the free facial that she offered me was us meeting at a local Dunkin' Donuts, and which I was kind of shocked about. And basically, I was told to take off my makeup and test out the products there. Awkward, okay? So freaking awkward. And so anyway, moving along. Somehow, this girl, I gotta give it to her, 10 out of 10 as a salesperson. She has got what it takes. She can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. Like, this girl, she's good. So anyway, she somehow suckered me into purchasing some kind of, I don't even remember what it was, but it was some kind of skincare. And then she said, you know, would you like to be part of my team, blah, blah, blah. And I've heard of Mary Kay before, I've heard of the parties, I've heard of MLM and all that kind of stuff, so I was very skeptical because why would I want to join something like this that's so unethical, business-wise? But somehow, sadly, she suckered me into it. And not only that, but I bought one of the bigger packages for my business, okay? It cost me over $2,000. Now, mind you, I had credit card debt already at this point. But all these, you know, this momentum and this excitement that you'll make it back, you're going to be so good, I can tell that you're going to be great at this, yada, 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 right? So I bought that package. But here's the kicker, which they love to do this in MLMs. Oh, just put it on a credit card. Mary Kay has this great credit card. You should totally sign up for it. And if you're approved, you know, it's great. So I did, like an idiot. And I did that. I got that over $2,000 package starter kit. And what ended up happening was I had one real customer, because it was my mom and myself that were buying product off of me. I had one real customer, and the problem was I didn't even have what she wanted in my inventory, so I had to order it anyway. So I had this inventory sitting for months, okay? And so I contacted my upline and I told her, listen, this isn't working out. I've done what you told me to do. I'm just not cut out for this business. It's just not me. No, give it a little bit more time. You're going to be great. I promise, blah, blah, blah. So I went to the big conference. There was a big conference in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Spent some money on that. Then I went to some meetings and stuff like that. But I couldn't sell anything. So finally, I told her, I said, you know what, I'm 100% done this time. And so she said, okay, fine. I'm going to purchase your inventory off of you so you don't have to send it back to Mary Kay. Well, I never got a response from her. And I'm pretty sure I followed up with her at least 2 times. Well, so the thing that some people don't know, and I don't know if Mary Kay still does this because, like I said, it's been quite some time since I've been in Mary Kay, they actually take a percentage off when you return inventory to them. And I'm assuming it's for something like handling or that it's been sitting with you for so long, whatever. But it's a big percentage. I only got back, I think it was like close to $1,000, maybe a little bit over. Out of the $2,000+ that I spent, I got half of that back. So after the transaction went through and I sent back my inventory, my upline contacted me and said, why did you send it back? I was gonna buy it off of you. And I just flat out told her, like, listen, you never got back to me and I really needed this money. So, sorry. And I'm sure it reflected badly on her as an upline and all that kind of stuff. Moving on to Beachbody. Back in 2017, I had gained so much weight that at 5'9", that's how tall I am, I got up to 200 pounds. Now, for any, BOPO people out there, body positive people out there, they might say, honey, like, you look great, you're fine, don't think about society standards, blah, blah, blah. But my problem was that I felt so self-conscious about my weight, and I didn't feel good. I actually got sick all the time. My doctor was concerned for me because my blood sugar levels were so high and, all that kind of stuff. So I started slowly taking care of my health, and I somehow got down to 185 by myself extremely slowly. Then I saw on Facebook this girl that I knew when I was younger post before and after pictures, and she looked amazing. And she said that she's looking for girls to join her group. So I looked at my fiance. I found out from her how much it was going to cost. It was going to cost me like around $240. I looked at him and I said, I mean, if I can't make this work, I don't know if I can make anything else work, because I'm not eating properly, I'm trying really hard, and I'm not getting anywhere. So anyway, I bought the package. Love the support group, love the workouts. I will say Beachbody has some really good workouts, and the whole idea behind the support group that you have, the challenge groups as they like to call it, it really is great, and it does motivate you and everything. I ended up losing a total of 41 pounds or 40 something pounds on Beachbody. And I was the healthiest I've ever been. I was the most confident I've ever been. And so I talked to my upline and I told her I want to help people, because the way that I felt several months ago, I don't want anyone feeling that way. And I truly just wanted to help people who were stuck, in a rut, who were not feeling that great. I didn't think of any of this of, recruiting people onto my team or anything like that. I just wanted to help people. So I signed up. And that was one of the biggest mistakes of my life, because there is so much work that goes into Beachbody that people don't understand unless you're actually in Beachbody. I know that you can do a bunch of research, you can do all of that, but until you're actually in that, you don't know how much work actually goes into it. So I was working full-time. I have my blog. I was still doing YouTube at the time. So I had a lot going on. And so what I, decided to do was stop scrolling through Facebook, stop scrolling through Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Stop making excuses, all right? So I did that. As soon as I signed up, I was added to a bunch of Facebook groups, like closed groups for Beachbody coaches. And it got really overwhelming, extremely overwhelming, because if you weren't doing good enough, they were telling you that you weren't working hard enough. You have to work harder. I'm sorry, but if I'm working until 11:30, sometimes midnight, trying to get stuff done for Beachbody, when I have to wake up at 5 something in the morning to get to my full-time job, to only come back home and get home at around 6:30, 7 o'clock to do this all over again, I think I'm working pretty hard, okay? And they don't really give you the secret to success. They just tell you to work hard. These are some of the tactics you can use to basically sucker people into this business. And I told, I didn't really want to recruit people into this because I saw how bad it was. I saw how much you busted your butt to get into this? How much, it was just, it wouldn't be fair for me to add someone to my team when I wasn't making money. The first challenge group I signed up, I think I signed up like 5 girls, so I was like, wow, I made some decent money off of this so far. Maybe this isn't going to be just a side hustle. Maybe it's going to be my full-time business. Which I hate when they say that, because after owning a family business, I know exactly what goes into having your own business, and trust me, it's not an MLM, okay? You're still working for someone, okay? And so anyway, the last several months when I had these challenge groups, the only way that you'll get paid from Beachbody is by recruiting people and by selling the Shakeology, which I actually personally like the Shakeology because I like the taste of it, but after looking at it, it's overpriced for what it is, and there's way better protein, powders out there. Anyway, so I wasn't making any money. I had these challenge groups. The only thing that kept me going was the girls that were telling me that they were losing weight, they were feeling better, all that kind of thing. But my last challenge group, no one was active in it. And I think it was partially my fault because I was burnt out. I was doing this for free. I had a ton of Shakeology at home that I knew I was never going to drink because it was just too much. It was going to expire before I could drink it. Because you have to have Shakeology on auto ship if you're a coach. And you have to be, a walking advertisement, basically. So I decided I was going to leave Beachbody. My coach told me, no, don't do it yet, and she's a sweetheart. She really is. I know that she just wanted to see me succeed. She wasn't one of those manipulative MLM boss babes, okay? I know that she was a very genuinely nice person. And so she was trying to, kind of get me to stay on, just wait a little longer. It's okay. So I did, because, I did like her. I did respect her as a person, and I know what goes into MLMs, and I know that you make money off of your recruits. So I stayed on a little bit longer and decided this wasn't for me. It really wasn't. So I ended my time with Beachbody, and as soon as I ended my time with Beachbody, all of my friends from the group became complete strangers. It's not like they deleted me or blocked me or harassed me, like some people do, like cult-like stuff, okay? None of them did that. They just stopped talking to me. Okay, not a big deal. I get it. The only thing we had in common was that we were in the same group and we were basically doing the same exact thing. So I get it. I totally get it. But with that being said, it's just not a good environment, in my opinion. So my next topic, because now that you know my background, now that you know that I've had a bad experience, I'm actually going to be writing a blog post that's going to be way more detailed than this video, so I will leave a link below if you'd like to read that on your own time. It's going to be extremely long, so you're going to have to buckle up and enjoy the ride. But anyway, so my next topic is who MLMs target. It's so sad, and they take advantage of these poor women, because it's mostly women, and their situations and everything like that. So moms, they target moms like you have no idea, because especially, moms that are working full-time. Oh, wouldn't you want to stay home with your kids all day while working from, your couch, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. Or, don't you want to watch your kids grow up and yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry, but if I had screaming children at home, I can't stay at home. I would need to go to work, and I would love to leave my kids with grandma and grandpa and have them watch them if I had children, honestly. Now, what bothers me is that some of these hun bots, what they like to do is they like to shame these moms almost. They like to make them feel guilty, and they manipulate the situation, and they use that to their advantage. So that's one of the people that they prey on. The next one, military spouses. If you're a military spouse, or if you know someone who's a military spouse, you know that they move around a lot. okay? And when they move around, it's not like they take their friends and family with them. They have to move to a completely new city. Usually the base is in the middle of nowhere and there's not much to do around, and you have to quickly make friends. So the best way, you know, to make friends is going to these parties. And unfortunately, like, that's one way that you're going to meet people. And another thing is, because they're constantly moving around, and I'm pretty sure that there's a law against this. I would have to do a little bit more research, but a lot of these, you know, bigger companies or companies in general, they don't want to hire military spouses because they're just going to get up and leave in a couple of years. So what do they do for work? Because usually the jobs outside of the base, they're, you know, it's like I said, it's in the middle of nowhere. So salaries and stuff like that aren't going to be that high. So, oh, you can work from anywhere. Yeah. And then they also target minorities, which, if you want to see more on this topic, if you have Netflix, watch Betting on Zero, which is all about Herbalife and stuff like that. And they go really into depth on why they target minorities and stuff like that. So really great documentary. Highly recommend you watch. So what are some of the delusional and rude tactics that these women have? Number one that I see all the time, your office job, your 9-to-5 job is a pyramid scheme, because you have the CEO, and then you have the VPs, and then you have the managers, and you have the supervisors, and then you have you at the bottom of the food chain. Which, okay, but it's not a pyramid scheme, because you're guaranteed a salary, okay, unless you lose your job or something like that. But you get a specific salary or hourly wage, okay? Some good companies will have health insurance, 401ks, and some even really good companies will still have pension plans, all right? So you get all of that. You get vacation time, personal time, sick time, and now this is if you're working for, you know, like a bigger company where you're working full time, because a lot of retail stores, you're not going to get the same, you know, benefits, but you do get benefits of some sort. So you get that. You're not making money off of recruiting people. You're not calling your customers. Let's say you're in customer service. You're not calling customers and saying, you really need to try this product and you totally have to sign up with us for this, and this. And I swear you're going to make all of your money back. You have to buy the starter pack. No, you're not doing that, okay? You're guaranteed a specific amount of money. You would actually, for a lot of the people, because in case you didn't know, according to the FTC, it's somewhere in the high 90% of people who join an MLM will lose money. Think about that for a second, okay? 90-something% of people who have an office job or who have a retail job are not going to lose money, unless if they're, you know, buying stupid stuff and, you know, they're buying stuff that they don't need. It's something that's not a necessity while, you know, they have to pay for rent or something like that. Which brings me to another delusional and rude tactic. And I've heard this before. You failed at your MLM because you didn't work hard enough. Excuse me? I didn't work hard enough. I spent every second that I could on, for example, Beachbody, because Mary Kay, towards the end of it, I just didn't care anymore. And no. But with Beachbody, I spent literally every second I could doing Beachbody and spamming my Facebook account. We had to post at least 3 to 5 times on Facebook a day, okay? 3 to 5 times. You kind of lose friends, all right? And people block you. Friends and family don't support your business because they're annoyed and they know that it's an MLM and it's stupid, okay? So that's another thing. A lot of these women did work hard enough. It's just the business model is not It's not for making money. It's so that the people at the top make all the money. All right. And I think it's the percentage of people who are at the top of an MLM is like 3% or something crazy like that. The only way you're going to make money with an MLM is if you're literally one of the first people signing up for that MLM, because then it gets really saturated. All right. But anyway, what's the next point that I have? Oh, when they say you'll make it back. No, honey, you're not going to make it back. Only some people make it back. Did you know that the lowest buy-in for Lularoe, the ugliest freaking clothes I've ever seen, okay? The ugliest clothes. The lowest buy-in is like almost $5,000. Let that sink in, okay? That is a ton of money. I would not be willing to spend $5,000. No. And most of the time you can't even sell all of that inventory, and you have to keep purchasing inventory. And the fact that you can't pick what you're getting, that's a little messed up, don't you think? Okay, especially because some of these things are so ugly. And I'm gonna leave a link to the Vice documentary that they had, because they show how Lularoe at one point they didn't have enough storage room, so they actually had these stupid leggings, these ugly, hideous leggings sitting outside, getting rained on, getting the customers and people moldy and all of that kind of stuff. It's terrible. It's terrible. When they try to tell you that you'll have financial freedom, no. If anything, you'll be even more in a slump than you were before. Okay. Oh, I went over the kids thing. Oh, this is another thing that kind of bothers me. A lot of these MLMs are obviously targeted towards women, right? And they're all about empowering women and boss babes and all that kind of stuff, right? Last time I checked, no means no. There's a lot of women out there, myself included, who are sitting here trying to tell people, rapists, that no means no. So why are you sitting here and you're telling your downline, just keep bothering them. They'll eventually cave. Just keep messaging them. They'll eventually get it from you. That's harassment. And that's what we're trying to get people not to do to women. But you're doing it to your own gender. Like, that's mind-boggling to me. And it's just so terrible. You don't sit there and bother someone. If they say no, they say no. Like, don't guilt trip them into doing something that they don't want to do because it's just not their thing. All right? Another thing too is that they tell you that if your friends or family unfriend you or block you on social media, it's because they don't support your business. That's not true. They don't support the MLM business model, okay? They don't support this cult-like culture of an MLM. They don't want to see 3 to 5 posts a day about drink my Shakeology, this is my before and after picture, and here's an inspirational quote for all my boss babes. Trust me, I know, because I've done this on Facebook. In my blog post that I'm going to write along with this video, I have screenshots of some old posts that I have. So another thing too that I wanted to touch base on is, would you buy in or buy a starter kit for your current job? Most likely not. And that's the thing, is that for all of these MLMs, you have to buy into your business, okay? That's not something that you would do. You wouldn't even do that if you got a job working at a fast food, place. You don't have to buy in. You get hired and you get a paycheck. You get an hourly wage, or if you're working for a bigger corporation, you get a salary. You get an annual salary. And on top of that, some companies out there, even some retail companies, if you're working full-time, you get health benefits, you get a 401k, some really good companies give you a pension, and you also get paid time off. So if you want to take 2 weeks off from your job, you can. You don't have to check your email. I mean, some people do because your job is that demanding, but for most people, the average person, you don't have to check your email. You don't have to work from where you are. Whereas with an MLM, you never stop. If you're on vacation, you're posting about, look at me drinking my Shakeology by the pool of this beautiful resort that I'm here with my kids and my spouse, and we're having such a great time. And girl, put the phone down and enjoy your time with your family. You don't have to be posting about Shakeology. You don't have to check in with your challengers. I'm pretty sure that they'll understand if you tell them, hey, I'm taking a 2-week vacation because I want to spend time with my family. I'm pretty sure they would understand. Another thing too that kind of bothered me about the MLM industry is there's no training or certifications that you need. So basically, for something like Mary Kay, you don't have to be an esthetician. You don't have to be a certified makeup artist, anything like that. But you're working with products that can possibly cause an allergic reaction to some people. So what do you do when that happens? I mean, most MLMs, I don't know about if it's every single one, but most MLMs have a really good team of lawyers, and if you get sued, they'll back up their claims and say, well, they're just a consultant for our company. We have nothing to do with what they were saying. And on the other hand, with an MLM like Beachbody, you don't have to be a nutritionist, you don't have to be a dietitian, you don't have to be a personal trainer, you don't need any of that. You don't even have to be in the health and fitness industry in order to start with Beachbody. You just have to buy that starter pack and do what they tell you to do, which can get kind of dangerous because after reading a little bit, Shakeology is actually not meant to be for diabetics. So what happens if you have someone in your group and they do have that? But what if they have that problem and they're drinking your Shakeology and they're doing more harm than good? When people would ask me questions, like if potential challengers ask me questions like that, I would tell them, I don't know, please consult with your doctor, because I don't want them to hurt themselves, number one, okay? Number two, I don't want to be liable if something happens because I don't have money for a lawyer. I don't have, the money for a lawsuit to, either settle or whatever. Plus, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that someone who I told them, this is a great product, this is a great program, and they just all of a sudden got some kind of issue from it. I don't know about everybody else, but I honestly, just like I said before, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Unless you get into them in the beginning, the market gets really saturated and everything like that. So I just started hearing about Arbonne several months ago because it's plastered everywhere, and I've been contacted by boss babes with this great business opportunity. Which, by the way, in my blog post that I'm going to be writing along with this, I have screenshots of some of the Hunbot and Hey Girl messages. Don't worry, I blurred out all of the names and stuff because I don't need anyone going after these girls and it becoming like, a witch hunt or whatever you want to call it. It's just, some of the things that they say, it's, If you look at Arbonne, for example, I'm pretty sure that they started in like the 1980s or something like that. So some of these big people on top, they signed up when they first opened. And it's extremely rare for people who are just starting out now to get to that point and get that white Mercedes that has the Arbonne logo on 3 different parts of that white Mercedes, which, by the way, none of the cars that, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but none of the cars that these boss babes are getting for free are actually free. It's a leased vehicle, and if you don't make your quota or whatever it is, whatever they call it, each MLM is different, but basically in the end it's a quota. If you don't make your quota for the month, you have to pay the monthly lease payment for that car. So you're not actually getting it for free. You're busting your butt for that thing, you know, that car. So, you know, that's just my take on it. This video is probably really long. My camera actually cut out at one point, so this is the second time that I'm recording this portion of it. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and just talk about it. My blog post will be more detailed and it will have more information in it. And really sorry about the poor quality of this video, but unfortunately I just don't have the funds to get some of these beautiful setups that these other YouTubers have. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave a ton of links below about, you know, different anti-MLM type things. I just wanted to make sure that because of my experience, maybe I can save a couple of people from losing a ton of money. And yeah, so this might be my only video. I just wanted to get my story out there. This might be my only video. It has been almost 2 years since my last videos, and sorry to anyone who is following me. My other videos are horrible. They are horrendous. But I just, you know, wanted to kind of get my story out there. I might make some more anti-MLM videos because I'm extremely passionate about making sure no one else makes the mistakes of basically what I did. And I got suckered into it because I was easily manipulated and I was much younger, and I learned my lesson, and I learned it the hard way. But if I could help one person out there, I'll try. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry if it's super long, and I'm sorry if I repeated myself multiple times, but yeah, maybe I'll see you next time. Bye.